In the 1930s, a German man and woman fled their country to escape Nazi persecution. They eventually settled in Johannesburg, and on the 9th of March 1951, their first child was born. They named her Helen Zille. Sounds like a movie, doesn't it? But Helen Zille's upbringing proves that sometimes fact is stranger than fiction. Here are some more interesting facts that will also explain my attire today. The Cape Town Premier began her career as a journalist at the Rand Daily Mail before becoming a political activist in NGOs and formations such as the Open Society Foundation and the Black Sash. The DA leader joined the former Democratic Party in the mid-1990s and still found time to raise 2 sons with her husband, Professor Johan Marie. Sounds like multitasking should be her middle name, and she proves it by managing to combine work, sending and receiving emails, with play, I suppose, tweeting and cycling.
This is my practice kit. That's the only reason I can train when I'm doing the Argus, because I can't get out a lot, so I have to do it here.
We joined the Premier at her Cape Town home, where she let us in on the reasons behind her interest in riding bikes.
I love doing things that make a difference. And cycling is fantastic because it is something that you can do if you're not very sporty. Obviously, to be a good cyclist, you have to be an extreme sports person. But I'm not good at sports. I'm very bad with balls. I can never hit a ball or kick a ball, although some people say I have some. But nevertheless, I am very bad at hitting or kicking or doing anything with a ball, catching a ball. I can't do any of that. So cycling is fantastic. And if you're not good at sport, you can also enjoy cycling. So it's really a multifaceted thing. And in this incredible environment in Cape Town, there's nothing nicer than to enjoy the environment but think you're doing something useful as well.
Though she enjoys cycling, her passion for the sport is nowhere near her love for her 2 boys. She beams with pride as we watch her son train their dog Panza.
Best thing of my life is impromptu encounters with my children when I wasn't expecting it. I remember when my son was still at university and living with us at home, he used to do gigs because he plays music, and he used to sometimes come in at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning from a gig. He would come in and make himself some food before he went to bed, and I'd be getting up and making myself some tea, and we'd meet in the kitchen and have a fantastic in-depth conversation for half an hour. And those are some of my most treasured memories of my life.
Among the DA leader's list of favourite things to do is reading biographies and other non-fiction, but there is one hobby that she's always wanted to pursue.
Well, I've always wanted to be able to dance properly. Rock and roll, I'm really keen to do that. I grew up in the era of rock and roll, but I didn't go to many parties or anything. I used to work and stuff like that, so I would really like to learn to rock and roll. I'd like to learn to do good ballroom dancing, and I've been trying to nag my husband for a very, very long time to come to lessons with me, but he always tells me his knees aren't good enough. But now that excuse has gone because he's got 2 shiny brand new knees, and now I'm going to drag him. Now he's telling me that he's too busy, but he's got no more excuses, and he's coming now to learn to dance with me. When I realized I had to learn to dance was when President Zuma once asked me for a dance at a function. And I warned him, I said, "Mr. President, I can't dance." And he said to me, "That doesn't matter, I'll lead you." So he took me up in this pose that dancers do, and off he went. And then I realized what a totally brilliant dancer he was. And I was trying to distract attention from the fact that I'm such a bad dancer. So I said, "Mr. President, where did you learn to dance?" He said to me, no, he once took the girl of his dreams for a dance, and he couldn't dance. And so she spent the entire night dancing with someone else while he held her coat. He told me this story. He said on the very next Monday he went to Arthur Murray's and he hasn't looked back. So after that I said, you know, whatever, I'm learning to dance. I can't be dragged around dance floors falling over my feet, you know. So that's what I really want to do, and I hope that after the election I'll be able to remove all excuses and get there and do it.
Ayanda Ali Payne, Cape Town.